Let's review the steps we've covered so far. Step 1 is to answer the phone with the correct greeting. Step 2 is to assess the reason for calling, and Step 3 is to provide crisis counseling as needed. We are now at Step 4, gather contact information. Think of this list as a checklist. It's possible that you've gathered some of this information during the course of the call. Going down the list will help you make sure you hit all the points for your documentation. I'll talk briefly about each item on this checklist. Number A. You may have completed this step earlier in the call. One of our goals in Nightwatch is to give people access to healthcare and to connect people to services. If the caller is not already a client, offer information on how to become a client. Number B. For statistical purposes, we must document if the caller is receiving Medi-Cal. We are not trained to answer specific questions about Medi-Cal, so if the caller has questions, daytime staff can address their questions. Numbers C and D are to help with the warm handoff to daytime staff. Ask directly if the caller would like a follow-up call during the next business day. Number D. You may have only gotten partial contact information at the beginning of the call, so number D is a reminder to gather the rest of the contact information. Contact information is important to gather for every call with clients, especially crisis calls or calls involving safety concerns, like suicide or homicide-related calls. The caller can get a follow-up call the next business day. Behavioral health clinics would like to make sure their clients and community members are getting what they need. The ability to follow up after a crisis call is a wonderful tool to ensure continuity of care and to move clients more quickly towards wellness. When speaking to a third party, it is important to get the full name and phone number of the caller, as well as the full name and phone number of the person in need. Number E. Lastly, note in your documentation if the call is in a language other than English.